You ever wonder how some conflict, happening thousands of miles away, can actually reach into your home and take money right out of your wallet? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to connect the dots between military tensions in the Middle East and the price you pay for, well, pretty much everything. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? But this question, it's becoming more and more real every single day. See, the whole battlefield is changing. And the new weapons? They look a lot less like tanks and a whole lot more like our economic supply chains.
So, to really get what's going on here, we first have to understand that the very rules of global conflict are being rewritten. I mean, you can basically forget everything you think you know about traditional warfare.
Yeah, the new name of the game is geoeconomics. It's this massive shift away from pure military power and more towards using economic muscle as the main weapon. Think about it this way. Instead of invading a country, what if you could just grab a hold of its economic lifeline and squeeze? That is the kind of strategic thinking that's defining the 21st century.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. You don't need to send tanks to capture land anymore. Crippling a country's economy is far more effective. I mean, why would you risk a costly, bloody war when you can get what you want with trade wars, sanctions, or by controlling critical resources? This is the cold, hard logic that the world's major powers are running on right now. Okay, so what does any of this have to do with your daily life? Let's bring it right back home. We're going to zoom in on our main case study here, a tiny little strip of water that is, and I'm not exaggerating, probably the most important economic choke point on the entire planet. We're talking about the Strait of Hormuz.
Just look at this number, 18 to 19 million. That's how many barrels of oil squeeze through the Strait of Hormuz every single day. It's an absolutely mind-boggling amount of energy flowing through one tiny little spot on the map.
And to put that into perspective for you, that's nearly 1/5 of all the oil the entire world uses daily. So you see, this isn't just some shipping lane. It's the world's energy artery. And if it gets clogged, believe me, the entire global economy is going to feel that pressure. Which brings us to the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? What happens if someone turns off this vital tap? It's a question that keeps world leaders and probably a lot of economists up at night. Because right now, that tap is under some serious threat. You see, the Strait of Hormuz is smack dab in the middle of one of the most volatile regions in the world. It's a total flashpoint, a place where a local conflict can have immediate, and I mean dramatic, global consequences. So let's just quickly break down what's happening on the ground. You've got this escalating shadow war between Iran and Israel with attacks and counterattacks. Iran, for its part, has threatened to shut down the strait completely, more than once. So what happens? The U.S. sends in warships to the region to, ensure energy security. And, as if that's not enough, you've got other groups in the region, like the Houthis, who've already shown that they can and absolutely will attack commercial ships, throwing global trade into chaos. It's a real powder keg.
Okay, so we've got the geopolitical drama. We've got the critical waterway. Now, let's connect the dots directly to your wallet, because this is where a faraway conflict really hits home.
It all happens like a row of falling dominoes. It's really that simple. First, any disruption in the strait doesn't have to be a full closure, just the risk going up. That immediately shrinks the global oil supply. And, basic supply and demand tells you what happens next. Crude oil prices go through the roof. And that price hike? Oh, it doesn't just stop with the big oil companies. Nope. It gets passed directly onto you, the consumer, as inflation.
And look, this isn't just some theory we're throwing around. We've got the data to prove it. A 2019 analysis found this super clear link. For every 10% jump in the price of oil, you see a measurable 0.4% increase in consumer inflation over the next year. It's a direct line, cause and effect, from a barrel of oil to the money in your bank account. And this is the really crucial thing to get. It's so easy to just think, oh, this just means gas prices go up. But oil is literally the lifeblood of our economy. Higher oil costs mean it costs more to transport the food to your grocery store. It costs more to manufacture the clothes you're wearing. It costs more to make pretty much every plastic or chemical-based product you own. The ripple effect is it's enormous. All right, let's zoom out one last time, just to see how this one little flashpoint fits into a much, much bigger global struggle for power and influence. Welcome to what they're calling the new great game. So, back in the 19th and 20th centuries, the big thinkers were obsessed with this idea of the heartland, the theory that whoever controlled the giant landmass of Eurasia would dominate the world. That was the old great game. But today, the game has totally changed. The new great game isn't about controlling territory anymore. It's about controlling resources and the economic choke points, like the straits that move those resources around. It's all about geoeconomic.
And that is why the Strait of Hormuz is so much more than just a shipping lane. In this new global competition, controlling a waterway like this, it's like controlling a key square on a chessboard. It gives a country incredible leverage over the entire global economy. That makes it one of the most powerful strategic assets in the world, period. So we end up right back where we started. In a world where economic tools are the new weapons of choice, where supply chains are the new battlefields, the impact of a global conflict isn't just felt by soldiers anymore. It's felt by all of us every single time we go to the store. And it really forces you to ask a pretty personal question, doesn't it? In this age of economic warfare, is your wallet the new front line?